welcome back. Today I wanted to show those of you that are working your reversing oil lamps. I wanted to do a quick video to show you how to set it up and how to work it effectively to get the results that you desire. Now, when it comes down to writing a petition, for those of you that have been watching me for all these years by now, you should know how to create your own petition. And if you don't know how to create a petition, I do have videos here showing you how to do them and how to write them out. And you can use those exact petitions that I have on this channel. Now, when it comes down to working your reversing lamp, I explained to you, over a period of time, the oil is going to start to evaporate, and all you have to do is refill it. It comes fixed with every single thing you want. I gave you the option for me to make the petitions, and I use aluminum foil, which helps reverse back out the things that are hovering over you, that dispels the enemies have sent to you, and just things overall that have turned your life around, that people have sent to you, and or situations you got yourself into, and you know who the person is that is responsible for it. So when you work a reversing, you're reversing the things on you, and you're sending it back to the person that did it to you. And even though you're working a reversing, I will always tell you to still cleanse your body and to still do an uncrossing to make sure that all of those remnants are officially gone. Now, with my oil lamp, I included the oil lamp with all the herbs inside, and I also included the petition. It was an option dependent on the situation. If you could do it yourself, perfect. Do it yourself. Write out 3 sentences. You're going to use aluminum foil, and I wanted you to add in your hair and your nails as a personal concern for that jar. Now, when it comes to reversing something off of you, the black part is the part that's used to write down the things that the enemy sent to you. I want to reverse back this curse. I want to reverse back this hex. I want to reverse back all the financial things you did to me. I want to reverse back all the heavy emotional troubles you've caused me. I want to reverse back all the emotional pains, all the blockages. Write down everything that they did to you. And start from the top, go down to the bottom. Now, the things that you want restored back, you start from the bottom of the red candle and you go back up. Keep it minimal. I would say between 5 to 7 different sentences, not too much. You don't want to put on too much. This service is for you. It has nothing to do with anyone else. So don't put down things that happen to your cousin and to your boyfriend and to your family. No, this reversing candle is specific for you. And with the oil lamp, you have 2 options. Now, you could burn the floating candles or the wicks inside of here, or you burn the candle on top. And for many of you, you opted to purchase the oil lamp and the reversing candle. And with the reversing candle, it came dressed with everything. Usually, if I sell a candle, if I make a candle, I'll tell you, you have the option of having it plain or dressed. And majority of you wanted it dressed because it comes with everything on it, as well as me writing on it for you. And I told you as well, I said you can get these little metal containers from Dollar Tree. And if you didn't get that little metal plate, I gave you the option of using the aluminum foil, cut it into a square, and I told you to use the shiny side up to place the oil lamp on top of it, and then you place your candle on top. Now, a ritual like this, you want to work it in a few sessions. Working it for 9 days is not going to be best for many of you, considering how heavy any energy is placed upon you, and considering how many of you don't have heavy power like a regular witch would have. You haven't built up that form and power. You're not fully connected to your ancestors. You're not fully connected to your spiritual guides. You may be a new witch. So you're now building a form of magic built with power and strength and guidance to get to your spells, get through them, and send them into the universe so that you can get the things that you need back, right back at you. So when you reverse something, it's to go to that person. And I always tell you, get a reading to see if this person is protected or not. Because if they are protected, you're going to have a hard time sending that same energy and the same heaviness, hex, curse, crossed up conditions they sent to you. It'll bounce off of them. It won't generally bounce off of them and come back to you. No, that won't happen. I see many of you asking questions when it comes down to reversing. How can you do a reversing? What exactly you could do? I have a few videos on here where I show you different types of reversins that you can do. And I tell you, I say you could use a skull. I say you could use an oil lamp. You could use, this is a 9-inch double action candle. You can also use pull-out candles. You can use the regular 9-day or 7-day candles. You have many options when it comes down. You can work with mojo bags. You have many ways of reversing back something to someone. But normally when you work a session, if I tell you work a session, it'll be for 9 days. It'll be a period in time to where this candle is going to burn. So I'll tell you, start on a full moon and burn it every single day for 9 days for a specific amount of time. You could do 9 days, you can do 9 minutes, and while it's burning, you are to pray over it, Psalms 52 to 55. If you don't want to use the Psalms, you can have your own general petition that you can use. Close up the jar, add in your hair, put the aluminum foil, and then place it shiny side up with the jar on top, and you watch it. And set it up in a space where you can do it all the time. So first session, 9 days, 9 minutes. Second session, you can do a period in where you're taking baths for 9 days. And all of my herbs and everything, baths, dealing with reversing, are sold at my shop. Whenever you need herbs for reversing, I mix them up and I sell them to you, so you won't have to go through the hassle of buying a bunch of different herbs to create your blend. So whenever you buy mixed herbs from me, they're mixed for you, for whatever situation that you need. If you need a custom blend, you just tell me. So the reversing herbs and everything that's needed are within that specific lamp that you have chosen. You don't need to add anything else except for the petition if I didn't write it out for you and you wanted to do it yourself, and or hair and fingernails. As far as the enemy, nothing of theirs should go in here. That petition, those 3 petitions in there should cover things alone as for what you want reversed, what you want sent back. And if you don't know who it is, you can say return to sender, return to enemy. You want to return the hurt, the pain, the suffering, the emotional blockages, and the restraints that anyone has done to you back to them. If you don't want to use a candle this big, you can use a shorter candle, and you can also use the glass candle because it fits on there. And that candle will burn depending on your situation. You can get a 9-day candle that'll burn generally 14, 17 days. They burn a bit longer. And when it comes to reversing the candle, it's going to take its time reversing. If you have a fast burn, I'll tell you to repeat it. So first session, 9 days, 9 minutes. Second session, you're going to go through baths. And then you'll do a third session where you're going to do it again. You want to continuously work on your rituals. For some of you that'll purchase like a group service, for instance, you may purchase a reversing group service. I would tell you, as a lot of my customers that know already, when you work group services, be consistent. Be consistent. Do them every time I have them and I offer them, do them. And along with doing your group services, take your baths. Cleanse your houses. Cleanse your family. Cleanse your kids. Make sure that you're continuously doing every single thing, because many of you, what I see that a lot of you are not fully informed on is you feel like one candle or one bath is going to automatically remove whatever it is that's hindering or within you, whatever curse it is, and that's not true. For some of you that have been doing it for a very long time, you've been working on yourself, sometimes the help of a spiritual worker is all you need, and one ritual or 2 may be good, because then she or he will help remove any and everything else that you didn't get to fully remove in full. Now, when it comes to yourself and you're building energy and you're building power and you're not the strongest person out there, you have to continue to do it. You have to keep on. You have to work on yourself. Some of my clients, they'll work it every full moon. So they'll work 7 full moons. So every time there's a full moon, they'll work a session upon themselves. Sometimes they'll just do every 9 days. They'll stop. They'll cleanse their bodies. They'll take a break. And then they'll do it again. So you have many options on working it. But just consider whenever you're working on anything that you may need more than one candle. You may need more than one oil. You may need a combination of things. You can create a whole big ritual, and you can keep on working that excessively. And when you feel it, you feel it. You'll know. You start to think different. Things open up in your life. Different people start to come around. You will generally feel those changes. When it comes down to a time frame with spirituality and rituals and spells, you're not going to be able to get a specific day, time, month when it comes down to when am I going to feel good after doing this reversing. Do the work. Be consistent. If you need help, get help from a spiritual worker. If you have sister witches, work with your sister witches to put more energy into that spell to help you. So I've explained every single thing. Those herbs in the back are mixed reversing herbs. This is the candle. You have the option of using this candle or the floating wicks, and you can create a larger reversing oil lamp. But understand that when it comes down to magic, you can basically have anything custom created for yourself. But be consistent with it. Use the oils, use the reversing oils, the baths, use the powders, cleanse up the house. Put that energy 100% everywhere that you're involved. And I'll give you some advice when you're doing your rituals as well, to keep praying. You need those psalms. When it comes down to hoodoo, we use a lot of the Bible. It's just what we do. So using those psalms is going to be perfect for you, as well as your own petition. If there's a petition you have in the oil lamp, continue saying that. And don't just do it one time when you light up the candle. Continue praying over and over within that 9 minutes. If you have the time, 9 minutes is nothing compared to how you want to feel at the end when everything is off for you and it's being sent back to the enemy. The reversing is good to send back to enemies. Make sure you get a reading. This is a great way to weaken the enemy when you send back the rituals and the spells that they are sending to you. Sometimes they can't deal with it. But a great way to dealing with it is to sending it back. Keep yourself cleansed. Keep yourself uncrossed and keep yourself heavy protected. And this is going to help you to move on through the different steps spiritually that you are going to need in your life. I'm going to leave some links to the shop for the reversing items that those of you that may not have these items that may need. And you can work it on yourself. The next full moon that's coming will be beneficial for you. If you can't work it on then, start your reversing on Tuesday, the day of Mars. It's a day to start war, to send things back to enemies and to anyone that's generally messing with you. Keep your protection bracelets on. It's very important. And bracelets go on the left hand. If you're getting a bracelet blessed and the root worker is putting it on the wrong part of your body, they generally don't know what they're doing. So make sure you go with somebody that's well informed, knows what they're doing, knows how to make you things, and that can really help you and teach you. If you're working on yourself, understand it's going to take time. It's not an overnight thing. You're not going to feel results in 2 days, and not even in a month sometimes for many of you that have been cursed and crossed up for 10 years of your life. It's impossible, and I want you to always understand that. And this is why whenever I do videos, I give you as much information that I can so you can fully grasp the idea and know how to move spiritually through your rituals and spells. Like, subscribe, and stay blessed.